produced and narrated by Heath Julius and Dave Seeker. Bilingualism is when a person has effective communication in two languages. There are numerous benefits to bilingualism: cognitive, academic, social-emotional, and even economic. Bilinguals tend to develop strong thinking skills, such as problem solving and the use of logic. They often have stronger ties to their family and their culture. Globally, they have more job opportunities and often make a higher salary than their monolingual peers. Biliteracy goes beyond simply being bilingual. A biliterate person can read and write in at least two languages, in addition to listening and speaking in those languages. Being biliterate is beneficial in the fact that it opens up many opportunities, both domestically and globally. In fact, the attainment of biliteracy here in the United States is being encouraged and honored. Many states are adopting the Seal of Biliteracy, which is an award given by school districts in recognition of students who have studied and attained proficiency in two or more languages by high school graduation. The use of multicultural books in the classroom provides great benefits to all students. Not only does it expose each student to new and amazing cultures, but it allows them to make a connection with the various cultures they are reading and learning about. Through these connections, students gain an understanding and appreciation of other cultures outside of their own, which is a step towards their own cultural competence. In addition, students from other cultures gain a feeling of inclusion in the classroom. A multicultural artifact is an object that derives from and helps explain the history of a particular community. The benefits of using artifacts and items from other cultures in the classroom are that it allows students to experience a visual representation of other cultures. These artifacts can lead to culturally relevant conversations and learning experiences between the teacher and the students. This also allows students from other cultures to feel a level of inclusiveness and acceptance in the classroom.
Why is it important to promote respect for diversity? A diverse classroom tailored towards respect affords all students an equitable opportunity to learn. Four social areas that teachers and students may encounter are socioeconomic, sexual orientation, religious, and ethnic or racial diversity. Socioeconomic diversity deals with the income and opportunities available to our students through their families, also known as SES. Does this matter? The American Psychological Association, APA, states that low SES households and communities develop academic skills more slowly compared to children from higher SES groups. Actions to encourage respect are: have your students develop a classroom pledge centered around respect. Each student contributes to creating it, then they are likely to have buy-in and take ownership. Or you can develop a democracy in your class, where students create a list of do's and don'ts. Sexual orientation diversity. The APA defines this as the sex of those to whom one is sexually and romantically attracted, to include one's own sex. The standard acronym LBGTQ stands for lesbians, bisexual, gay, transgender, and queer, a term commonly used as an umbrella term. But in 2013, Michael Schumann with the New York Times introduced two new letters to the rubric. I for intersex, that's someone whose anatomy is not exclusively male or female, and A, which stands for ally, a friend of the cause, or asexual, characterized by the absence of sexual attraction. Why is this important for teachers? These students are often victims of bullying and violence in schools. As educators, promoting respect for another's sexual orientation is a step toward promoting education equity and eliminating classroom violence. Some suggestions on how to accomplish this are found at tolerance.org, and they include explaining that gender, how a person feels, and biological sex, the physical makeup of a person's anatomy, are two different things and they are not always aligned. Another thing is, depending on your school's policy, you may create or participate in a GSA, Gay Straight Association. For teachers, the most important thing is to understand that 4 out of 10 LGBTQIA youths say the community in which they live is not accepting of LGBTQIA people, which makes it absolutely imperative that educators respect students' rights to privacy. So, never reveal a student's sexual orientation or gender identity without the student's permission. Religious belief diversity. There are a multitude of religious beliefs in the world, but our understanding of diversity should include those who have no belief as well. Christine I. Bennett states that religious pluralism is not diversity alone, but the energetic engagement with diversity. Diana Eck of pluralism.org states this active engagement must include a real encounter and relationship. Tolerance.org gives examples of how to accomplish active engagement through classroom lessons, school plays or concerts, and field trips. Tolerance.org emphasizes that educators need to model respect for all religious or faith systems by developing lesson plans and discussions that are neutral and objective, are non-devotional in content and delivery, and neither promotes nor denigrates a religion or belief. Ethnic and racial diversity. Ethnicity is a category of people who identify with each other based on similarities such as common ancestral, language, social, cultural, or natural experiences, and is often an inherited status based on the society in which one lives. Race deals with a government construct. The National Center for Education Statistics places everyone into 6 groups, which are American Indian or Alaska Native, Asian, Black or African American, Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, and white. In the previous example, both the Han and Manchu would be characterized as Asian. So, how can a culturally responsive teacher encourage respect among students for all racial and ethnic backgrounds? Try doing a classroom cultural day, or have students do research and report on cultures other than their own. Invite a culturally diverse guest speaker. Introduce different foods to your class. ASCD.org has many more suggestions for helping teachers create a culturally diverse classroom. To summarize, culturally competent and responsive teachers engage students through a rich multicultural curriculum that promotes respect for diversity, which is the key to the students' social and academic success while maintaining a safe classroom environment. According to Tolerance.org, the components of a safe classroom climate are active teaching of social-emotional skills, attention to creating positive relationships, bullying prevention and intervention, community building, explicit focus on understanding and appreciating differences, meaningful conflict resolution, teaching students to change bias and exclusion, upstander training, which trains students to identify, report, and when appropriate, intervene when bullying is detected. Thank you for listening and best wishes for your future teaching success.